technical difficulties and get everything done and posted on the YouTube. I'm struggling through a massive sinus infection, and Bob is just his chipper self. Not much you can do about that. But
I got my mani-pedi done today, so I'm pretty good for the day.
Hey, that's all that matters is Bob got a mani-pedi done.
Priorities, man, priorities.
That's what I always say. Try to get done what you can, and then I don't think we'll ever have those back in California for a while. But that's just my point of view.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. I'm going away next week, as you know, and I'm getting a haircut tomorrow too, because I did get one haircut since they opened back up, but I had really gone like because I had gotten a haircut about less than a month before they closed it down, and so I was in good shape then, but by the end, I looked like a wreck. People were looking for a tin cup with me. So I'm not gonna go away. Anyway, markets are interesting, Mark. Lots of COVID news, but I think it wants up. It wants up.
I think it really wants up. That's my opinion. That is Muck Bear Inc.'s position. We are very heavy on outside the money calls. Only 7 points out from the SPY right now, but
you're gonna get paid this afternoon.
Yeah, if it cracks 27, we will get triple paid this afternoon.
Yeah, well, it's definitely going past 25. My numbers say 29, but what the hell do I know? I mean, I'm gonna sell mine off before then, but
I'll take 29. I'll probably sell a bunch on the way up if we break 25. But yesterday we did. Yesterday we were in and out.
You're breaking up again, Muck. See, you should pay for good internet service.
I have good internet service.
Well, I don't know. You see, you seem a little dark. Although my picture seems a little too light. It might be
mine is dark because I don't have everything quite yet set up. I need to add a bookcase in the background, and some other things that are coming. I didn't realize that when you bought a new house, how much stuff has to go into it.
Yeah, well, I've moved a lot over the past past like 12 years, and it becomes, you got to be kind of professional about it. It's a whole shitstorm.
How much stuff did you get ready from when you moved from Nashville to where you are now?
Well, I mean, first off, my first move was from New Jersey to Wichita, Kansas. And in that move, of course, it was a corporate move. And I just told them, pack everything up and take it there. And of course, that was a very big house that we moved into. So it was not really a problem there. But then when we moved from there to Nashville, I decided to throw a bunch of stuff out. And that's what I've done on every subsequent move. I cut losses. I just say, this box hasn't been opened, or I'm not dealing with this. It's got to go. Now, I've never turned that into money. I've never sold anything off. Why? I don't know. Because mostly because I'm a horse's ass. Yeah. Well, people have taken it away. I've given stuff away, but
I mean, I for my money on this market, I mean, I know people are trading a lot of shit, and I don't know how you don't just trade I mean, trading spoos is fine. There's great money in that, and I've done that for years. But for my thing, and out of money calls on the SPY, especially if you could get some leaps and you have some, solid foundation and you think where we're heading, you get the most bang for your buck. I mean, we have some leaps out there that are 400 calls, and we bought them for nothing. When back when the world was ending and we were limit down, limit up every other day, we put on a massive position where we bought calls and we sold upside calls for more than the calls that we bought. So the free trade, we ended up buying back the calls that we sold for like 5 cents. Still kept a free trade, and just put another free trade on again. But there's a lot of value out there in the SPY on the out of the money stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I see that we're having a little bit of a rotation over the last 2 days out of some of the NASDAQ stuff into a little more of your standard blue chip type of things. I mean, interestingly, I'll just tell you a position I have that I put on about a month ago was I bought Kellogg, which is just the door, but it pays a dividend and goes up. The thing's up silly. It's up silly since I bought it. I don't know what. I think it's a piece of shit. Now, I did. The interesting thing is I do own Twitter in my long-term account.
You have a lot on that, then. That's good.
I bought Twitter when that news started to come out about them getting all that pressure to launch a new paid service. I think they'll eventually launch one. I have no idea where it is or what timeline that's on. So that's just stuff on the come. This was in an account where I was sitting long term that I basically had, I was 95% cash. So I had it.
Well, I mean, I have a play. I think it was like 15 G's in it in a Robinhood account, and I mean that's heavily long. Ford, GE, Potbelly Deli. I can bring it up here. Hold on. Some of the most random stocks that I just like because they were cheap at the time. Ford we're long Ford from 509. GE at $6. I bought GE for the trust too because it pays a great dividend. Long a ton of REITs in it, and Potbelly Deli, which is my favorite deli. They only have one in California. They have two in California, one in LA and then one in Irvine. So it's hard for me to get there, but I think they have the best sandwiches. When the stock that I like to eat at is trading at $1, I'll buy it. I don't care. I'm a sucker for stupid stuff like that, but.
All free money now, Mark. I don't know. I think there's I don't know. Everybody tells me I'm thinking wrong, but I think the Fed can buy everything they want, but to me, there's got to be value. I still see a lot of smart people saying they're standing aside. So I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. There was huge money to make. Huge money to make after the lows were hit.
Well, a lot of my friends are up big, and they're in the EV space, plug and all of that crap, and they think it's going to run forever. And I'm not their fiduciary because I don't tell them anything. But I think now is the time. I mean, but for me, just because you're up 200%, I would take some profit on it, but. For me, we just bought Viacom. Why? Because it pays a dividend. It's a shit stock, but the range is fairly going to be the same forever. And if it grinds up a little bit, it grinds up. And you can't lose sometimes, on stuff like that. Also looking at American Airlines again. That was a massive trade I did on them and their options. We bought the 11s and I sold the 22s, and then I sold the $5 puts, and then ended up making 300% on that when that thing hit 20. With Portnoy and airlines, and when everyone's like, "Oh, we're getting back to normal," the thing spiked to 20. I dumped the entire position, knowing that like, I mean, I'm essentially long this $11. I'm not gonna look a double in the face and say, "Oh, I want 40." That's just stupid. I got out of it, and I'm looking to put it back on again. Probably the same thing. We'll buy the 12s, sell somewhere in the 20s, and then sell a low level put. I mean, if I'm forced to buy American Airlines at $5, okay. I mean, people say it could go bankrupt, but I just don't see the U.S. government letting American Airlines go under. Like,
Well, I don't.
don't.
First off, let's differentiate there. I mean, whether the business and the stock could go to zero, and whether they would allow it to go away are two entirely different things. Or at least used to be. Used to be. You know, in the pre-COVID world. You know,
Oh, and
I don't.
for the stock to go away, that means the bonds would have to default. And if the government comes in and buys the bonds don't default.
Well, the bonds are fine, but again, yeah. I mean, so equity prices are basically based off the bonds now. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know, dude. I have a Hertz position on where I own puts in it, and I'm getting freaking ass raped every day on it. And the stock's going to zero, and my puts every day are showing me a loss. I don't know anymore. Don't Robinhood people are writing to J.C. Penney's judge saying don't wipe out the equity. Like, yeah, I own some J.C. Penney's. I don't really give a shit. I mean, $600 loss is $600 loss. But Hertz doesn't have a fleet anymore. They're forcing off to sell off all their fleet. So how is there a company and you're going to tell me that it's still worth $1.43 and that my $1.50 puts are worthless? Like, that's dumb. That doesn't make any sense.
Wait, the Broncos back, so let's bring OJ back as a spokesperson for Hertz, and then it's worth a fortune.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie; those new Broncos look pretty badass.
I saw somebody comment today that they saw that there was going to be. They thought this is how they looked at cars. They thought there was going to be significant revenue for the maintenance department of Ford. Based on what they saw in the car. I don't know. I didn't really look at it. I saw a promotional video. That's it.
I mean, well, hey, I'm long Ford. I mean, I was sitting there watching those protests and watching them light those Ford cars on fire. I'm like, yeah, those are all going to be replaced. Yeah, for money. You got to find pockets of sunshine somewhere.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, this market wants to rally. It's going to take any good news and pump it up 10 times, and it's going to shrug off any bad news. I don't know what yesterday was. That was weird, in my opinion.
Well, it was the vaccine late, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was a Moderna super late, but it was a huge, massive sell-off on Fed speak, which got changed around. I mean,
well, basically, I forget who it was. Was it Barnard? Said that said, well, the Fed has limits. It's basically what he said.
But like, honestly, does it? Like, can't the Fed just rack up as much debt as they want, and then Treasury come in and then like somehow bail out the Fed? Or bankrupt the Fed? What if we just declared what if we just said, hey, we're going to miss some payments? Who's going to default on us? No one. China can't. They own
I don't know. It's all bullshit. So, I mean, there was no reason to go to business school.
What if we went back on the gold standard?
Come on. You can't go on the gold standard now for sure.
Don't we have more gold than everyone else, though?
Nah, who knows? Who knows? You got to ask me, who's that guy, Peter, whatever his name is. The guy, the hedge fund guy that's been losing money for his clients. Nah, Peter, he used to be on CNBC quite a bit. Now he's just He's on Twitter occasionally. I don't think I follow him. But Peter's somebody. I don't know. You know that.
I don't know. I mean, if we can go back on the gold standard, I don't know. I would do it. I think that just fucks China.
Come on, Muck. You're just making shit up, man. So you're in a new place. So what's your mortgage rate?
3.25%.
Wow. Free money.
Yeah.
Free money. Is it a 30-year fixed?
Yep.
20% down?
We'll have it paid off. Hold on. I think we did 33% down.
33% down?
Yeah, hold on. I'm doing it right now.
That's no small bag of donuts.
Yeah, it was we did it was a $700,000 house, and we put about $333,000. We put $400,000 down with including closing costs, so I think it was like 330 down.
That's fine. I mean, you're silly not to borrow that money. That's fine money.
And then we should have it paid off. I mean, we're gonna we pay a little bit extra on our mortgage every month, so we should pay it off in 15 years.
So come on, you know something about the airline space. What happens here? Because I've got a little bit of interest in the airline space.
Okay.
What do you think happens here? I mean, to me, it strikes me as a person that really does not do any work and don't buy any stocks in the space. Strikes me, looking at it, that fundamentally airline travel has changed, and it's going to change for quite some time. Am I wrong?
No, I would agree with that.
I am wrong.
A lot of airlines have now implemented no alcohol on the flights for COVID reasons. They say people like to linger on their drink and not wear a mask. My thing is, if I'm flying over 4 hours and you're not going to give me alcohol, I mean that's going to change my wanting to fly. But I think I like very cheap, like riding on Delta, so I won't buy it. Love is good. A lot of my friends, for like when we were traveling for kickball and some of that, only traveled Southwest for the free dream tickets. My best friend and his wife constantly travel Southwest because they travel a lot, and Southwest will let them cancel and rebook flights for free, and it's really helped them out before. We're an American Airlines family with our credit cards and miles. The trust owns Singapore Airlines, and we bought some more today. That's a $2.80, $2.70. You know, between $2.50 and $2.80 is where I'm comfortable buying it. I think it's the best airline in all of Asia, and like class and just overall eloquence of it. And a lot of people fly it. It's not as cheap as Cathay Pacific, but you fly with a different clientele on Singapore Airlines. It goes everywhere. British Airways, I see you being around at Emirates, but I don't know what Spirit's going to do. I mean, with their way of charging $100 for a bag, I don't know if they can do that with COVID, and people, wanting to pay, I don't know if anyone with COVID wants to fly on a cutthroat airline anymore. Maybe we'll see consolidation. JetBlue, that the Spirit, JetBlue, Southwest are gonna have competition. But JetBlue just cut out all their services to Long Beach Airport, and that was a thing that all my friends used to fly when I was in Orange County. All flew JetBlue, and we're like JetBlue members because you could drive to Long Beach, you fly out of there, go anywhere in the U.S., and it was easy. You didn't have to go to John Wayne, or you didn't have to go to LAX. But I mean, I could see consolidation. The problem is that the balance sheets for a lot of these companies are quite shit. I mean, they're not cruise line shit, but they're shit. And well, I mean, the cruise lines are like, well, we could always sell a cruise ship to who? Jeff Bezos, because he like doesn't want to have a yacht. He wants to have a mega cruise. Like, who's gonna buy $1 billion cruise ship?
Nobody. I saw a guy on Twitter. A guy. I just had to block the guy. He was just too much. But he was bragging. This is back in April. He was bragging about the fact that he got a cruise for cheap to Italy. And of course the cruise is in August, so he's not going to be going. But I mean, anyway. So what do you think? What do you think about crude?
Cruises.
Crude oil.
Crude. Oh, I'm fucked if I know. I mean, well, I'm pulling it up right now. I don't know how an instrument goes from freaking -18, -$20 a barrel to $40 a barrel. It's the same shit. I got the low of crude at 650, and it's at 40 now.
Well,
it's the Chinese, man. I'm gonna say this. If you're playing crude, you need to understand this. There are Chinese banks out there that sold interest rate loans to people as U.S. crude bonds. And they're just a monthly contracts. And so they have to fucking roll them. And you're assuming that's why we're negative. Two Chinese banks didn't roll and then had a forced sell. I don't know what you do with crude. I mean, I think if crude gets over 45 to 50, it's better for the economy. But
how's that happen? How's that happen with California and Texas?
I don't know. I don't know. The king of California is just deciding what he wants to do when he wants to do it. I don't feel like I live in a democracy. I wear my mask. I go out. I wear my mask. I don't wear it when I walk my dog. But some of these governors and some of the shit they're saying, especially the 3 states away from you or 2 states, that freaking moron in New York. If you travel here and you don't self-quarantine, we're going to subpoena you and fine you $20,000.
All right. Let me tell you what's going on there, because I've got an interest in this. I've got a daughter that's traveling from one of these hot spots very soon. So anyway, so this whole thing with this lockdown. First off, all 3 governors, New Jersey, Murphy, Lamont, and Connecticut, where I live, and Como, have said they're imposing this line. Well, first off, as far as I can tell, I know this. It's merely an executive order. They're threatening fines and this and that. But I didn't pay a lot of attention in law school, but I paid a little bit of attention. I don't think that they have the ability to levy fines in the absence of legislation, signed legislation. So basically, it's all about kind of scaring the people. Now, what I do understand they have done in New York, and they're doing it at Connecticut airports, is they are asking people who are on these flights to list where their destination is, and that they'll agree to self-quarantine with the possibilities of fines on the back end. Well, let's cut to the chase. The reality is they're just trying to scare people into behavior rather than actually mandate behavior. So just an aside, because I've had to pay careful attention to that particular.
Back in my day when I used to travel back and forth, if I was there for a day and like self-quarantine, I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. Go to my meeting, get back on another plane, fly back. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, I think it's stupid. A lot of business comes from New York, is not there for months at a time. They're there for quick meetings, in and out, and you're just gonna tell people not to go away.
But the fact is, business travel. This is the problem with hotels: is business travel is gone. It's really not existing except for emergency situations. 90% is being done online via conference calls and everything else, be it whether it's Zoom or, whatever the Microsoft product is or whatever the Google product is. That's how it's all happening. I mean, my wife hasn't been in her office since the beginning of March. She has been in there for a couple, about 7 or 8 times for brief stays for a meeting or something. But that's it. That's it. It doesn't exist anymore. The old world doesn't exist. And I don't know what that means for New York real estate. Holy shit. I mean, the last thing I
Yeah.
want to be is a property owner in New York that rents commercial real estate. Holy Christ! I mean, talk about residential real estate is a problem in New York too, and that problem has woken up the Fairfield, Connecticut real estate market. That much I can tell you. Because all of a sudden, these things were languishing here. All of a sudden, they're moving. Now, they're first renting them, and then, people are going to have to decide after a year and a half, or a year, what they're going to do. But people are bullish the Fairfield, Connecticut real estate market versus New York City.
How would
And
you feel if you just bought a really expensive condo in New York? Like last year or even 2 years ago, you paid what, couple million, couple 10 millions. You know what I mean? And now, I mean, let's be honest. A lot of it's foreign money, anyways, and they don't give a shit. But I mean, I can see the LA, mansions getting hit. A lot of places getting hit that are third, fourth, fifth, sixth homes. What threw me was the Robert De Niro saying that COVID has really hurt him financially. Like
he's but you understand he's dealing with a divorce, so that who knows? No,
but yeah. It caught everyone off guard, and I think we're gonna live in a different world. I don't ever think we're going back to new normal. I don't think we're gonna go back.
I would agree with you. I think what you're also seeing here is that you're going to see a very different political landscape coming up here. As you may or may not know, Congress has been away for a couple of weeks on their extended July 4th break. They come back next week. They say Monday, but really they're coming back Tuesday. And, the Republican Senate had basically kind of washed their hands of giving away money. But then, of course, COVID hit the red states. So, word has it on the street. What you saw was basically aides talking to reporters a week and a half ago that, well, all of a sudden they may be open to it. Now McConnell actually is on the record saying he's open to it. So they're going to extend unemployment benefits. Now, whether they're going to extend these special benefits, the extra $600 that people were receiving, I don't know. But I got to tell you, you got a lot of those people. You got the vast middle part of this country is living paycheck to paycheck. And without that, I don't know what the bleep is going to happen.
Well, a lot of people in California now are living paycheck to paycheck. A lot of my friends from Huntington Beach, who I used to go drink with every weekend because they were bartenders and stuff like that, don't know what to do, and our restaurants that were full and making money are now 25, 30 seat outside patios, having to take up parking lots to make outside seating. And like, it's great if you can take out, but the ones that are on Main Street, the bars here in PB, I can't just order, something from PB and have it delivered. It would take an hour and a half, to cook it and some of that. Like it's different. And I don't know, I don't know what the bar scene and what going to watch college football and some of that and drinking with your friends is going to be like.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to happen, Muck. It's not going to happen in the near term. And what happens to all those people that were employed there? And those people also bought groceries. They also paid rent. They also paid for utilities. They're all of a sudden, they don't have any fucking money. They can't pay it.
Yeah. I don't
So
know.
I think, and this is what Powell has been saying. Powell's been saying this for a couple months now, that the Congress, that the fiscal relief has to happen. Well, they were all happy with the stock market going up. Whoa, everything's good. But no, the middle to lower part of this economy that spend all the money, that are huge in number, don't have any fucking money.
Yeah,
And without,
I think we need to issue like another $5,000 payment or something like that, and then God, and I'm a Republican, and I'm saying this, but like almost like the New Deal. Like, I don't know why they're blocking Trump's $2 billion infrastructure plan. That would put a lot of people back to work. I know guys who are blue collar who just can't get jobs right now, and then would go work construction and build roads and stuff like that. You could put a lot of people back to work, but everything has become, there is no more middle ground. There's no more Newt Gingrich or Teddy Kennedy walking across the aisle and figuring stuff out. It's AOC versus Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham, and AOC and her radical left guys forcing Pelosi to do stupid shit, and then Pelosi does stupid shit, and the hardcore right wing retaliates with stupid shit, and nothing gets done.
It's a mess.
Yeah, term limits, Bob. That's what we need. You can't be over 65 and be in government.
Hey, how about this one, Muck? 2 criminal gangs.
Well, yeah, we've been saying that forever.
I've been saying that forever. I don't know if you've been saying that forever. I've been saying it forever.
My thing is, I posted a thing. It said Donald Trump's been in office for 3 years, and all the people in Congress have been in, like Pelosi 31 years, Joe Biden 51 years. When the fuck when did it become a job to be in Congress? Like,
1958. 1958.
I can't stand Rand Paul, but at least the dude has a fucking job and goes in and works at hospitals and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. But these people that have been senators and congressmen forever, sorry, that's not a real job. And also, in the midst of a vote, yourself a pay raise.
Why not? Why not give more money? Better health care. Come on. Get on board.
No one's brought that up.
You're trading stocks. You're making money.
I am.
Come on, brother.
But just because I'm making money doesn't mean my friends who don't know how to trade stocks are making money.
I tell you, it's bad out there. It's very bad. Anyway, Muck, we should end this. We're just digressing into our own bullshit.
Yeah. We're gonna try to go to this again tomorrow, guys.
After my haircut.
Yep. We're trying to line up a producer so that we can get this stuff back and going like we had before. So bear with us. We're getting ready. Things are gonna get better.